NuubCast.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another NuubCast. This is Blomus bringing you this 1v1. We are on the Shattered Temple, and we are with our favorite Australian Protoss, Tazeranix. Yes, Masters level. This is actually a bit of a treat because this is Tazeranix's first matchup on ladder against a Grandmaster player. So LG Showtime is a Grandmaster Zerg. So we're going to see how Tazeranix shapes up against against a player who is listed as one of the top 200 on the NA server. And yes, Tazeranix, even though he's in Australia, he plays on NA often. And Showtime, doing what smart Zergs do, he's going to scout into this as soon as he sees that, well, I was going to say he's going to run away, but he actually doesn't have to, and that's something that as soon as Taz sees the Overlord, he knows exactly where his opponent is, even though he's already scouted over here. He's going to go over there, and now there's no, of course, as you know, no longer close by ground spawn possibilities on this map, which is good on Blizzard for taking care of that. The spawning pool going down for Showtime. And of course, Tazeranix doing the Forge Fast Expand, which is becoming more and more a staple for Protoss players. It's rare anymore that you see any kind of one-base play, and it's generally some kind of Nexus first build, whether it be Forge into Nexus, one gate Nexus, gate Nexus Cyber, gate Cyber Nexus, all kinds of possibilities. And that's why Showtime is sitting out here. He wants to see what's next. Is it going to be Nexus Gateway? Is it going to be Nexus? Is it going to be Gateway Cyber Nexus? Is it going to try and wall off first? What's he going to do? A cannon goes down. We're going to see another building go down. WTF. I think what happened here, Showtime didn't have his hatchery down until Taz put his Nexus down, I think is what happened. Showtime Overlord getting out of dodge. Knowing the cannon was going to finish, wanted to get out of there. I don't know what he's lolling about. Must have killed his probe. Anyway, welcome to NuubCast. If you're unfamiliar, we are all about shining the light of entertainment, fun, and esports on lower level play. Every once in a while, we do get our hands on some pretty good Masters level, even Grandmaster level replays, and it's always great fun to show and cast those. But most of all, we are all about the lower level noobs, hence the name, and we have a lot of fun showing the fact, proving the fact. You guys. It's you guys who are proving it. I'm just here along the ride. I get to watch and talk about it. But you guys are proving time and again that fun and entertaining games can happen at any level. And that's really the philosophy of NuubCast. It's what I believe firmly. It's what you guys have shown to me time and time again. Fun games, entertaining games, and of course educational games. It's not the priority here to teach, but when we have opportunity, when something glaring happens, when huge mistakes happen, you're rarely going to hear me point out a mistake that I think Tazeranix has made, or certainly not someone who's in GM like Showtime, because I don't play at that level, and I would probably be wrong. And I am not in the head of these guys like a lot of the other casters can be. As we see the Lings breaking down the rocks. And this probe wants to go and see if there's any ninja expansions. And he's going to come in here and see these guys breaking down these rocks. And probably die. No, not going to... You see the queen going to run away. But that being said, not that I even remember what it was I was saying. But... yeah, I'm not going to... you usually don't hear me correct mistakes on higher level replays. Just on lower level, you'll see and mostly decision-making oriented mistakes. I generally, if macro is bad, I don't make a big deal out of it. If micro is bad, I don't make a big deal out of it. Some mistakes are unforgivable and you have to point them out. If a mistake is game deciding and it has to do with macro or micro, then I'm definitely going to talk about it. But usually what the mistakes that we see most made at the lower level are just really bad decisions. As we see, Showtime, when moving out with these lings, is going to run headlong into this wall. And force field, nice. The sentry almost losing. He actually did lose a little bit of hull there. But nice force field, drives away the rest of the lings, getting us around to this pile. I'm going to take that out very quickly. And Zealots, though, causing a cancel. Coming in off of this pylon over here. Sneak attack by Tazeranix, doing a little bit of harass here. Lots of lings. He'll kill a lot of these Zerglings, but he's going to lose all these Zealots in the process. And pretty good trade for Showtime. Probably lost about almost half. Not quite half. And he does find the pylon. Going to take that down. Replants that hatchery at the gold. And there are still gold bases here on some of these ladder maps, guys. Just because all the tourneys have taken them away does not mean that they're gone from our lives. This is 8 sentries out here from Tazeranix. This is, I said in a recent cast, might have been the last cast, it's a little bit later than I think we normally see it, but this is where you see a lot of sentries and zealots go to harass the Zerg third and do not let it up. And here these lings are in the back breaking down these rocks. Normally you'll also see a sentry or two left behind because the zealot's not going to be able to hold this wall if a bunch of Zerglings come. And it looks like he's not going to get the Overseer. He does drop a Changeling. And on the minimap, if you're not sure if you've ever noticed, but Changelings are your color in the minimap. Lings moving in. Pylon going down. Is it going to warp in Zealots? Going to warp in Stalkers. Interesting. 6 Stalkers coming in. And this is going to be a very strong push from Tazeranix. Not a lot of roaches out on the field. Just a few, though 9 more in production. Phoenix out there just to scout and see what he's up against. And I think he's got quite a bit with the Stalkers and Zealots and that many sentries. He's going to have a field day with force fields. The problem is these lings, once Tazeranix commits to the attack, now actually warping in on the high ground. Curious to see how this is going to run. Zealots getting into the mineral line here. Is he going to pull back everything? What's he going to pull back? And now attacking with the Stalkers and the Zealots. Zealots kind of in the back, and here comes the flank from the lings. They're going to come in from behind. Nice force fields to forestall those Zerglings. Pretty perfect, actually. But the roaches are in there. They are taking shots at these Stalkers, doing all kinds of damage. And it looks like Tazeranix is going to have to retreat. More Stalkers being warped in. He's going to lose some more of these sentries. Very valuable. He wants no more force fields, though. So he's going to have to get out of dodge. And he actually might lose all of these sentries. Does not have blink. It's almost finished. And if the roaches wanted to pursue, he could have taken out all those sentries. But Showtime going to leave 2, mercifully, to Tazeranix. The third base did not get attacked. It didn't even get touched, actually. There was Showtime saw what was coming, was able to make more than enough roaches to take down the forces of Tazeranix. And now, curious as to what Taz is going to do here. We have the Lings are going to go back and work on this rocks, which are just the third left there. I think maybe he's looking for drops over here. Roach drops, because roach drops are actually a common tactic being reintroduced. You guys remember Moon? I think it was back at a Dream Hack or an assembly a long time ago that Moon won, and he did it by dropping hydras and roaches into people's main bases. And it was a thing for about 10 minutes. Baneling drops, hydra drops, roach drops, and then it was gone. Potentially because oftentimes you lost a lot of your army. All these roaches are basically going to two-shot all of these buildings. Nice force field. But man, that is a lot of roaches. And they are +2 on range. Tazeranix slightly better upgrades with the +1 armor. And he actually pushes this away. I'm not sure it was necessary for Showtime to run away. He's got lots of Lings and roaches. I think he probably, yeah, he's got a huge food lead. But now that Tazeranix is getting the High Templar out, see if he's going to go for... He's already gotten Storm. Showtime has his 4th base, getting 2 gases. We haven't really paid attention much to Showtime's tech at all, and I think the reason for that is he really hasn't done much. He's just upgraded. He does have a Spire, and is just now popping out 11 Mutalisks. And he is protecting his base, his expansions against any potential aggression. I must have missed the Lings breaking in the back, if they actually did break in the back. I love that little hiding that little Zergling. So many roaches, and just move commanding in here. Not even not even killing that stalker, causing a cancel on Taz's 3rd. And we do have Mutas coming in to harass back here. Lots of stalkers with blink. We'll be able to blink into these Mutas if Tazeranix chooses, but now here come the roaches. Oh my goodness, huge storms though, backed up by zealots, and that was huge. Look at that. Look at all of those, but look at how fast they regenerate when they are... Oh my goodness, that is like... That's better than Medivacs. That's freaking fast because you don't... Wow. That's cool. And they have tunneling claws. And they're going to burrow here. Taz really kind of in trouble here. He really needs to take a 3rd. He's mined out in almost both of his bases. The Zerg player has taken a 4th and getting a 5th. And the gold base is mining like crazy. So we check out the income tab. Yeah, we see a nice big fat lead. It's 76 harvesters to 54. You need that much when you're... have that many bases, and Taz just walking around with this huge stalker ball, but it's not going to be enough. He's really going to need these other units if he wants to go in and make a dent in what's happening here with Showtime's army. He's now upgrading his Mutalisks, getting a Baneling nest, planting spines in the middle of the map, or actually just protecting his expansions. My apologies. But this is a huge number of Zerglings, full panel of roaches, and quite a few 17 Mutalisks. So curious to see how Showtime's going to do this. Is he going to go and harass in the back with the Mutalisks and hit the front with the Roachling, or is he going to keep his army together? I think together he runs the risk of losing the most because we do have storms, but he has to storm his own units in order to take down those Mutalisks. But he has done it. Huge forward blink from Tazeranix. Oh my goodness. And however, if you look at the food, that huge win right there for Tazeranix has merely even things up. Now remember, Showtime does have about 15 to 20 more harvesters, so part of that lead is gobbled up there. So Tazeranix is doing very well here. He's not getting it, and he's finally dropped some more upgrades, blinking in on these spines. Playing very aggressive here. Is he going to go in and try and take out the 4th and 5th bases? If he's able to do so, this is a lot of Mutalisks that just popped out. Lots of Zerglings. Nice force field. Gets the Guardian Shield up, and he is, oh my goodness, blinking back from the Banelings, letting the Immortals take a lot of that damage, but oh my goodness. Lost about 20 food there from those Banelings, but again, he is ahead now, and now he's got his 3rd base up. He can breathe a slight sigh of relief as he is now the Mutalisk, oh my goodness, taking the War Prism out just as it pops. Tazeranix hoping to get some, oh no, so many probes back here, gonna lose all of them, and he's gonna need nice blink, kind of forcing these guys to ball up there, get hit by the Archons. But Tazeranix, I think he's in a little bit of trouble here. Food still even, and more mutas coming out. He's getting +3, and whereas Showtime only +2 on both the mutas and his ground army. However, the ground army, which is just Lings at this point, what does that mean? You just smashed and still win? I don't get that. He had really good storms on 2 of your armies, dude, and you attacked into a ball with mutas and Lings, which are like the most storm-prone units in the game. Why didn't you split up your army? Don't complain. Don't complain that a player is using its army to its greatest ability. Look at the hit on the Archon. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, the idea is Protoss gets the ball and the Zerg player, you know, splits up their army and attacks and swarms and does all this stuff. And it looks like Tazeranix is going to split up his army and attack in here, defend with his Stalkers. Is going to lose this 3rd base. But now he's taking in 5 Archons, a ton of Zealots. And +3 Zealots are going to wreck shop over here. And Showtime has to decide what he's going to do. If he's going to go and harass, get into the production line, take down some pylons and buildings, or what. And Tazeranix, in the meantime, looks like he is going pretty much all in. He is mined out completely. This is all he can do. He is literally at the end of his rope. He's got to move out with this 169 army. These mutas are going to try and take out his base. The question is, I think if Showtime is able to take out the Archons, then he has a chance against the rest of the army. Because he does have a lot of Banelings. He's got Infestors. It's when the mutas come in to help, the Archons are going to be a real problem. And are the mutas coming back? Where are they? Where are they? Mutas are back here. They need to find an attack path that's going to... Look, he's going to pick off... No, look at that. He doesn't want to get into a ball. Now the Stalker's moving in to attack the Mutalisks. And here come the Archons. Mutas are going to die very quickly. Down they go. Holy crap. So many mutas dead. And that... Now, Showtime, he can't even base trade because he's got no units. And he's got no larva. He's making 6 Mutalisks, but that's not going to be enough. And I think Tazeranix has won this game. And I just got to say, nice freaking job, dude. Going to go after this hive. Going to take this down. Needs to take down all this tech structures. And he's going to move in with his Archons and his Zealots and take out this base. And that's going to be ball game. Zergling's coming in, and they're going to die to these probes. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Great job by Tazeranix. And the Zerg player does not have enough to make any more. That's his last hatchery. But it looks like he's going to be cruel and drag it out and make Tazeranix kill all his buildings. I do that too sometimes when I get mad. When I feel like I didn't deserve to lose a game. But Tazeranix got to be feeling good about himself. He's come in, going up against a GM player, and was behind a lot of the game. Most of the game, I would say. And Taz. Oh. The defining moment is I was talking about his decision. Is he going to take his mutas and harass? Is he going to take... He was right here. He had all those roaches and lings and all those mutas. And look, he was deciding, should I go around the back with my mutas? Should I split my army? And then he said, no, I'm just going to ball it all up and take it right up the front. And what he ran into was a shit ton of storms and Archons and Stalkers that had better upgrades. So you can't complain when you do stuff like that. So it's really Showtime who made the mistake here. And Tazeranix is not the idiot, frankly. And there goes my my rant at the beginning about not commenting on the errors of Grandmasters players. I think that was a bad decision. I could be wrong. Maybe he was thinking something else, and maybe he thought that it would be a bad idea to go around and split up his army. But, you know, the mutas you have to keep alive in this matchup, and he walked right into a shit ton of storms. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed that game. I sure did. I love it when this happens with the Archons. I think it's so cool. I don't know what makes that happen. If it's just something just happens to be a frame that they're pulsing, and this happens to be where the game cuts off. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Keep climbing that ladder, guys. See you next time.